did it again. I had another console Rust hot take. I didn't mean to, I promise, but I accidentally called pretty much everyone who plays the game a cheater, including myself. Yeah, it was a little bit by proxy, but it's embarrassing, and we need to talk about it. So I made a video on the rock glitch being fixed, which is where you can build inside of a rock. Now, I called the people that were building inside of rocks cheaters because that's what D11 had told me. That seems to be the party line, and I decided to follow it like a good little boy. But turns out when you put stuff on the internet, like Elon Musk is finding out, people don't tend to agree with you, especially if you're wrong. And I took some time to consider this while I was sitting on the toilet, and I think I actually might have been wrong. So when it comes to glitching in a video game, there's two schools of thought, in my opinion. There's one that would be sort of the speedrunner school of thought, which is to the end of the game as soon as possible, using everything that is in the game. So you use the code exactly as it is, you use controllers and everything that's sort of specifically sort of designed for the game or the game specifically made for, but outside of that, everything goes. If you find a cheat or a glitch or something that allows you to run the game faster, you use it. You can't do things like mess with your processor or mess with the actual components that are running the game, but the code running on the game is all open for interpretation or glitching, basically. And you've got more of the competitive PvP style of gameplay, which is you follow the rules as they're meant to be interpreted. If you decide to do a sort of different interpretation of those rules, you can get in trouble for it. Basically, you're not supposed to glitch onto the map and kill people because that makes for a bad game, and that isn't really in the spirit of competition. Taking all of this into consideration, when you're looking at the rock glitch and deciding if it's cheating, you've got to decide, are you a speedrunner, in which case a rock glitch would not be cheating, or are you a competitive PvPer, in which case the rock glitch would definitely be cheating. Obviously, people can fall somewhere in the middle. We're going to get to that later, but basically that's sort of the two schools of thought. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to open this up to say it is open for interpretation. When it comes to Rust on the PC, traditionally glitches like this are actually encouraged. There's a ton of big names that use these glitches. In fact, on the console version of Rust, people like myself even use these glitches. When you think of something like a bunker base, that is essentially a glitch that is not supposed to exist in the game that the players found and exploited. And most of us have exploited that. I've done it. I know everybody on the PC version of Rust has done it. Most people on the console version of Rust has done it. The only people who haven't cheated in this way are people who are new to the game because they haven't figured out how to cheat in this way yet. I'm saying cheated, but honestly, that's not really cheating because we've all accepted that that's a part of the game. On the PC version of Rust, there's a lot of people who glitch into their foundations to hide stuff. There's a lot of people who will build under their foundations or do these cool, unique builds, and players actually encourage that. In the PC Rust community, it's one of those things, if someone finds a new glitch and posts a video, everybody's talking about it. It's like, oh wow, this guy actually found something really unique. This is a really cool build. I can't believe they did that. And take something like a pixel gap base. That's another version of cheating, right? But everybody does it and it's accepted. So now the question is, why is it that a rock glitch isn't accepted? D11 is saying that it shouldn't be. They're saying it's cheating. They're saying that people are using the rock glitch or getting banned and everything like that. But if you look at how the game is played out, if you look at how it's based, if you look at all the builds that are popular, everything that the best players are using, we should all be banned. Should D11 hand us all 7-day bans because we've all used a bunker base or a pixel gap base? Really don't think so. Now, why should they be handing out bans for people that took advantage of the rock glitch? Thinking about it objectively, thinking about it from a different viewpoint than this is cheating, and looking at it from the stance of what has been allowed in the past and what should be allowed in the future, I don't see any reason that one should be banned and the other shouldn't. So it's either all or nothing, in my opinion. And I think it's better to allow people to be as creative as possible. The problem is, if you have shitty code that allows people to exploit it, they will, because that is the nature of the game that you've introduced to players. That is what you've allowed. I think it's a little bit... So originally I was saying it was cheating. I thought all these players should be banned, and then a few players talked to me, and I realized that I was in the wrong, so I'm making another video. I've had a lot of bad takes recently, I guess, or I've had a lot of takes that I've sat down, I've thought about, and I've realized that I probably took things at face value when I shouldn't have, and I think this is the case again. I took the 11 at face value when they said this is cheating. I didn't question it, and then when I was sort of pushed a little bit further to think about it, I realized that this is something that we should question, because if they can ban you for the rock glitch because it is too good, if it takes too much advantage, should they also be able to ban someone for having too good of an aim or too good of recoil control? Don't get me wrong though, I still think mouse and keyboard is cheating. I still think scripts are cheating because that's outside of the game code and everything like that. But what I'm trying to get at is, if someone's too good of a builder, if they're a builder that can glitch into a rock or utilize some glitch in the future that comes about that is just really advantageous, Should they be banned for it, or should they just be praised for it, and then the people who coded the game up and put that glitch in should have to fix it? I think the latter is sort of what we've gone with in the past. I think that's what the PC version Rust has gone with, and I think it makes sense. Like, I don't think we should be calling people taking advantage of the rock glitch cheaters necessarily. I think we should be looking at it and saying, hey, this is super unfair. This is super hard for raiders. This throws the balance of the game all out of whack. D11, you've got to fix your shit. We shouldn't be saying that these people are doing something wrong, because essentially it's something that players for the longest time, literally since the inception of the console version of Rust, have been taking advantage of. If you built a bunker base, if you built a pixel gap base, if you built any sort of base that takes advantage of these little like glitches in building or little like just errors, and you're literally doing the same thing that people using the rock glitch are doing, except your glitches aren't as good as theirs. And should they really be banned for that? I don't think so. It feels wrong to me. It feels wrong that someone should be able to get inside of a rock or get under the terrain and shoot you and just destroy you, and they shouldn't be banned for it. But at the same time, like, they figured out a way to outplay you, and that's something that we've been encouraging in this game. So why should they be banned for figuring out a way to break the game and outplay you in just a unique and crazy way that essentially ruins the game? They shouldn't. I mean, I don't think it's good for the game. I don't think it's good for a healthy community. But at the same time, if we take the other approach and start banning people, where does it stop? Like, who is the arbiter who decides what's fair and what isn't? If one glitch is fair, I think all of them should be fair. And if no glitches are fair, then we're all banned. Yeah, that's my take. How hot is it? Let me know down below in the comments. Until next time, peace.